YouTubers, Max18363 here, and this is another webcam vlog upload thing, whatever you want to call it. It's been a wee while since my last video, so I thought I would put something up. It's really just to kind of explain a bit more about what's been happening. And my last, well, first things first, hopefully this video will be a bit more in focus. I figured out the camera a bit more. It's just some Xbox camera again. Just to crack on, I mentioned in the last vlog that I was going to be buying F.E.A.R 3, and some people have been kind of asking me about that, so here it is. Here is the big news about my F.E.A.R 3 playthrough. I have bought it, I purchased it from Game. That's one of our shops here in the UK, and frankly I've only played about half of it so far, and I'll be honest, I thought it was a bit pants. I'll go into the reasons why in a bit more detail kind of in a moment or so. But also the other thing that niggles me with F.E.A.R 3 is I'm also having some technical issues at the moment regarding audio and stuff. And from what I can tell, this seems to only affect the PC version if it's been downloaded via Steam, which is what I've been using it on. And basically, long story short, during any of the cutscenes or cinematics, there's no voice work whatsoever from any of the characters or any narration whatsoever, and as a result of that, it makes it pretty difficult to figure out what the hell is actually going on in terms of storyline and stuff. Not that there's an awful lot of storyline, I don't think, but it's generally trying to figure out what's going on. It's kind of tough because you can see the characters talking, but there's no sound, and it's forced me to put subtitles on just to try and get some kind of sense of what's happening. Just checking my time here. So yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. But from what I can tell, I'm not the only person that has this problem. It seems to be quite common amongst the PC versions. Although there could be a multitude of reasons. Maybe my sound card is not good enough or whatever, I don't know. So I'm hoping that Monolith maybe release a patch soon that will hopefully fix things up a bit. Otherwise, it's probably going to be a bit pointless trying to do a F.E.A.R 3 playthrough, because I wouldn't be able to put the cutscenes up, you wouldn't be able to hear what was going on. And also secondly, as I've already mentioned, my impressions of the game so far are very uninspired, to be honest. I mean, I've spoke to a few people about F.E.A.R 3, and that seems to be the general opinion. It's just really failed, basically. This seems to be the year for bad releases. I mean, Duke Nukem was in production for what, 14 years? A lot of people were looking forward to that, and everybody seems to think that's mince as well. And of course, I was very excited about F.E.A.R 3, as you all know, along with a few other people, I think. And that's also been a total letdown. Couple of things. First off, the horror, or if you could call it that, is non-existent. It's really, I think there's been one or two scenes that have maybe kind of startled me very briefly, but there's been no sort of tension. It's not scary. It's just not F.E.A.R. It doesn't have that spark. A few other things I don't like about it are it has a very weird kind of cover system, which is in first person, and to be honest, it just doesn't work. It's a bit clumsy, and I don't really like it. F.E.A.R 3 also uses regenerating health. If you've watched any of my playthroughs before, you'll know what I think of regenerating health. I'm not a huge fan of it, and when I played through the first level of F.E.A.R 3 and I got shot at, and I realised I was on a regenerating health meter, I'll be honest, my heart just sank, to be honest. So I found that also pretty annoying as well, and I could go on and on. You can only carry 2 weapons as well, which is a pain in the arse. Not that it's a huge problem, because there's usually only ever a few weapons available in every level anyway. And also this kind of promised co-op thing, I don't know, I haven't been able to sample it yet, because as far as I can tell, if you're playing it in single player mode, you're just kind of playing as the point man, and F.E.A.R just mysteriously disappears. It's kind of weird. I guess what I thought was going to happen was, I don't know, maybe you'd play through it in single player as the point man, and the AI would control F.E.A.R or vice versa. That was kind of what I thought would happen, but no, you just play on your Todd, and so I find that a little annoying. Because it has to be said, I mean, combat-wise for F.E.A.R 3 it is, at times I have found it reasonably challenging at times, some of the firefights, because the AI are not terrible. I mean, you know, they are decent enough at flanking you and, you know, they're not bad, and there's always quite a lot of them to take down. So the combat is, it's challenging at times. Um, but it is a bit annoying that if you want to kind of get the full benefit of the kind of whole point man fatal sibling rivalry, you have to play it online with a friend or whatever. I mean, that's fine if you've got hundreds of friends. I don't. Certainly not in the PC anyway. And just generally, I mean, I'm not much for criticising graphics usually, but also for a supposedly next gen shooter, it looks very bleak, and not in a good way. I mean, I wouldn't say the graphics are any better than Fear 2, to be honest. It just looks kind of weird, especially indoors. It just doesn't look right. Um, I mean, I could go on and on, but I won't. Uh, I suppose from one plus side, I will say, audio wise, everything's pretty decent. I mean, it certainly is atmospheric. The sound effects are good, so I suppose that's one good thing. And like I've said, the combat's not awful. It's okay, and it does have a kind of nice level up system. You have to accomplish challenges as you go through the game. So many headshots, so many kills, and so on and so on. You get awarded XP. When you get enough, you level up. You know the drill, and you get awarded perks like increased health, increased ammo, and so on and so on. Which is, yeah, it's a nice gesture. I suppose it's okay. So in summary, from what I've played so far, I wouldn't say Fear 3 is an awful game, but it's just really not what I was expecting. It is a bit uninspired, and so it's not likely that there'll be a Fear 3 playthrough anytime soon. Just check my time again. Right, I better wrap this up. This is getting a bit long. Um, I will try and continue with my other playthroughs, Quake 4 and all that, at some point soon. I'm sorry there's been hasn't been a lot of videos up lately. I've just been really busy with work. I'm also going to be on holiday soon, and I've just generally been quite a busy guy. And at times, I'll be honest, there has been nights I maybe could have done some videos, but sometimes I just can't be bothered. But I will try and get something up soon before I go on holiday. But there won't be too much happening on this channel for the next month anyway. But once I get back from holiday and hopefully a bit more settled in at work, I've recently moved to a different hospital. That's where I work. Once things are a bit more settled down, and hopefully I'll kind of get back into some kind of routine for videoing and stuff. But I've noticed I have picked up a few subscribers, more subscribers recently, so thank you for that. It is appreciated. And okay, I'm going to shut up now. This video is getting too long. So comment, let me know what you think. And so till the next time, behave yourself.